Do you love cookies? I know I do, and my kids are absolute cookie fiends. That's why I made a website to host some of my tried and true cookie recipes. So that way, when my oldest goes off to college in a few months, she'll still have access to a warm and delicious piece of home. While building this website, I used a combination of JavaScript, HTML, and CSS styling. This site requires Express, CORS, and utilizes Axios calls. This page has a fully functioning front and back end. It also allows for user interaction. At the homepage, you'll find my favorite cookies featured: chocolate chip, triple chocolate chunk, white chip macadamia nut, and s'mores. Each photo doubles as a button and will redirect the user to a new web page with a recipe to that corresponding cookie. I added in hover styling over the photo buttons to make the interface more user-friendly and more apparent, as shown here. If you already know what you're in the mood to bake, just select the photo you want and you'll be redirected. Perhaps you're having a hard time deciding what you're in the mood for. That's no problem. Just use the random recipe generator, and the JavaScript function I wrote using math.random will give you a suggestion at the top of the page. Let's try it out. Bake chocolate chip cookies today. They're a classic. Maybe you want something different? You can push it again. Sometimes it still says the same thing, but it is randomized. Try baking the s'mores cookies. They're an excellent choice. So now that you've decided what you want to bake, let's navigate to that recipe. Let's try the classic chocolate chips. I used 2 columns in my HTML and CSS styling to make the page organized, easy to read, and super user-friendly. As a baker myself, I find it incredibly frustrating having to scroll up and down and back and forth between ingredients and directions. So once you've finished baking your sweet treats, you can come back to this website and actually rate the recipe. I'm actually really proud of the rating animation in the stars. It changes colors, highlights different stars based on the user input, and bounces and moves with the mouse over. Let me show you. If you think chocolate chips are only 1 star, it'll be red. Maybe it's 3 stars, it'll give it 3. And if it's a solid 5, the stars actually glow. This was actually one of the more challenging aspects of this site, but through some trial and error, I think it turned out great, and I'm really pleased with the end result. Once you finish, you can just navigate back home. If you want, you can check one of the other recipes. This is the triple chocolate chunk. As you can see, each cookie page is designed with the same style, ultimately giving this site a simplistic yet warm charm. If you want more variety in your life, you can suggest new cookie flavors. Let's type in sugar. As you can see, there's a typo, so that's no problem. We can just click it from the drop-down list, delete it, and type it back in correctly, and submit it that way. You can add multiple suggestions, and the list will just keep populating. I really enjoyed making this project, and it was a fun challenge to incorporate the various skills and coding techniques I've learned during the foundations portion of DevMountain's bootcamp. Thanks for watching. Happy baking.